Does RingCentral record every call? That is the exact question that is driving so many people crazy right now, creating an unbelievable amount of anxiety and fear about privacy. And it is a question you need answered immediately. You need to know the truth because your privacy, your personal information, and your peace of mind are non-negotiable. Here is the absolute reality. RingCentral does not inherently or secretly record every single phone call that passes through its system by default. It is a cloud-based communication tool used by millions of businesses, doctors' offices, banks, and customer service centers. But here is where the fear comes in, and here is why you are right to be asking this question. RingCentral absolutely has the capability to record every single call if the business you are dealing with turns that feature on. Think about what happens when you dial your insurance company, your bank, or even a local medical supply office. You are sitting there, you hear the phone ring, and what is the very first thing you hear an automated voice say? This call may be monitored or recorded for quality and training purposes. That is your warning. When you hear that, RingCentral or whatever platform they are using has been set to automatic call recording. The business has made a conscious choice to flip a switch in their settings, meaning the second the line connects, a digital tape recorder starts rolling. It records your voice, it records their representative's voice, and it captures everything you say. But what if you don't hear that warning? This is the question that trips up almost everyone, and it is where the real worry sets in. You think to yourself, if I didn't hear a warning, am I safe? Is my privacy protected? Not necessarily. You see, RingCentral offers two completely different types of recording features to the companies using their service. The first is automatic recording, which we just talked about. The second is what they call on-demand recording. On-demand recording means the call is not being recorded when it starts. You dial the number, a customer service agent answers, and you start speaking. There is no automated warning at the beginning of the conversation. But halfway through the call, if that agent decides they want to record you, maybe you are giving them verbal authorization for a financial transaction, or maybe they just want a record of the conversation, they can press a single button on their computer screen or desk phone, and RingCentral will start recording right then and there. Now, legally and technologically, if they hit that manual record button, RingCentral is designed to play a short notification tone or a brief announcement to let both parties know that recording has begun. But let's be honest about the fear here. The fear is that you might miss that tone, or you might be dealing with an organization that hasn't set up their notifications properly, leaving you exposed. You worry that your private health numbers, your financial details, or your personal stories are being stored in a digital cloud database somewhere without your explicit, conscious ongoing consent. And you know what? That storage is real. RingCentral stores these automatic and on-demand recordings on their servers for up to 90 days by default, and companies can easily download them onto their own private hard drives to keep forever. So how do you protect yourself? What is the actionable takeaway here so you can take control of your communication and never live in fear of a hidden recording again? First and foremost, you must realize that you have a voice and you have legal rights. Federal law and various state laws across the country govern call recording. In many states, it is a two-party or all-party consent rule. This means it is flat-out illegal for anyone to record a phone call unless every single person on that line agrees to it. If you live in or are calling into a state like California, Florida, Illinois, or Pennsylvania, they legally must have your consent. Your first action step is simple. The very moment a human being answers the phone, if you have any doubt whatsoever, you ask them flat out, is this call being recorded right now? Or do you have the ability to start recording this call manually? Do not be shy about this. It is your life, it is your data. If they say yes, it is automatically recording, or yes, they have the capability, you have every right to say, I do not consent to being recorded. Please turn off the recording feature for this conversation, or let me speak with a manager who can accommodate a non-recorded line. Most professional businesses using RingCentral have compliance settings where they can actually pause the recording. For example, if you are about to read off your credit card number or a sensitive medical ID, the agent can click a button to temporarily mute the recording so that sensitive information never gets saved on a server. You must proactively ask them to do this. Say, I am about to give you sensitive information. Please pause your system's recording device before I proceed. If the business refuses to turn off the recording, Or if they tell you that their system standard forces every call to be recorded and they cannot bypass it, then you have to make a financial and personal decision. If it is a company you are buying something from, you can choose to vote with your wallet. You can say, if you insist on recording my personal conversation against my wishes, I will take my business elsewhere. If it is an essential service like a utility company or a government agency where you cannot walk away, then your takeaway is to limit what you say. Do not offer up extra personal anecdotes, do not volunteer unsolicited information, and keep the conversation strictly business. The bottom line is that RingCentral is a tool. It doesn't spy on you on its own, but the people on the other end of the line hold the remote control. You cannot afford to be passive. You cannot just sit back and assume your conversations are private just because you didn't hear a loud buzzer at the start of the call. Protect your identity, protect your private data, look out for the warnings, and always remember that you have the right to ask, the right to know, and the right to say no.